Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Daniel Lee, and today I'll be talking about a construction material that's slowly coming back to the trend: mass timber. When you think about building big, concrete and steel probably come to mind first. They're the default for large structures, but there's an interesting shift happening now towards wood. Not just any wood though, we're talking about mass timber, engineered wood. So today, let's take a quick dive into 11 standout projects all across the globe. We'll start with examples from the US and Canada, then look at some interesting mass timber structures around the world. First up, let's start with the current tallest mass timber structure, located in Milwaukee, the Ascent. When completed in 2022, it became the world's tallest mass timber building at 25 stories. The first 6 floors serve amenities and retail spaces, while the upper floors are for residential use. It's a hybrid with concrete cores like elevator shafts and the base. But the primary structure itself, which contains the columns and beams, is made of CLT. It stores about 7,200 metric tons of CO2. It also achieved an impressive fire performance, reaching up to a 3-hour fire rating on some of the columns. Next up, we have Google's timber building located in California. This building is Google's first big mass timber project, aimed for and achieved LEED Platinum certification. The space uses glulam beams, columns, and CLT panels to create a warm, natural feel, fostering biophilic connections. A 4-story atrium with timber skylights flood the space with daylight and connects all floors visually. Flexibility is built in, so the layout can evolve over time without major renovations. On the exterior, they implemented a closed cavity facade with wooden blinds and high-performance glass, tying into the timber aesthetic and boosting energy efficiency. Impressively, they managed 14-foot cantilevers using a wood-concrete hybrid. For seismic performance, they use CLT floor panels as diaphragms and exposed steel braces, which didn't require fireproofing because they don't carry the weight of the building. It's a highly integrated design achieving sustainability, well-being, and performance. Next is Hayward Field in Oregon. Reimagined as a modern track and field venue, mass timber defines its identity. The glulam canopy structure evokes the Pacific Northwest and resembles ribs encasing the stadium with a sweeping organic form. The ETFE roof allows daylight while providing shelter. The design blends concrete and metal mesh, but wood is the star. T3 Minneapolis stands out as one of the first large-scale modern timber offices in the US. Completed in 2016, the 7-story building uses nail-laminated timber and glue-laminated timber for roof and floor slabs, columns, beams, and even the furniture itself. It used timber from beetle-killed pine, turning an ecological problem into a useful resource. Then we have the Brock Commons Tallwood House in Vancouver, Canada. Completed in 2017, it was the world's tallest hybrid timber building at the time, 18 stories of student housing. The foundation and the central structural cores are made from concrete. Steel was also used for some structural and roofing elements, while the upper structure used prefabricated CLT panels, glulam columns, and some steel. Basically, the lower floor is a concrete podium and concrete stair cores, while the 17 stories above are mass timber construction, where the floor consists of 5-ply cross-laminated timber and glue-laminated timber columns. The wood structure went up in under 70 days after the prefabricated components arrived on site, saving about 4 months off the typical timeline. Sustainability-wise, it saved an estimated 2,400 metric tons of CO2 and was designed to meet LEED Gold certification. Next, Origine in Quebec City, which took only 4 months, from December 2016 to April 2017. A 13-story all-wood residential tower, the world's tallest all-wood residential tower at the time of completion. Load-bearing walls, shear walls, floors, and the roof are all made from CLT, with glulam posts and beams rounding up the structural system. As a construction type in the area, it exceeded the mass timber story limit in the code. It took 2 years of research and development to prove that the building would be just as safe built from wood as it would be using fire-resistant construction. In Toronto, T3 Bayside is a 10-story building with a concrete podium and 9 floors of exposed timber above. Developed by Hive, It prioritizes sustainability and wellness. They estimate a 40 to 50% reduction in embodied carbon compared to traditional office buildings, an amount that's equivalent to removing 2,700 cars from the road. The building is aiming for both LEED Gold and WELL certifications, and it also received the 2023 FSC Leadership Award for its use of responsibly sourced FSC certified glulam beams and CLT floors and roof slabs. Lastly, in Vancouver, there is a fascinating project currently under construction called the Hive. Much like the T3 Bayside, it's a 10-story building with 9 of those floors constructed using mass timber. But here's where it gets interesting. This one features a distinctive honeycomb-shaped exterior made from a perimeter timber-braced frame system. This unique design not only gives the structure its standout look, but also acts as its main seismic and lateral support, eliminating the need for a traditional concrete core. The building is also aiming for LEED Gold certification and makes extensive use of mass timber elements, including glue-laminated timber beams, columns, and braces, as well as cross-laminated timber, floor panels, and shear walls. Next, let's head global. Outside the US and Canada, first up is Norway, the Plus, a furniture factory for Vestre. Their goal: the world's most environmentally friendly furniture factory, built right in the forest with PEFC certified CLT and glulam. The design follows passive house principles. 4 double-height wings radiating from the central hub, each housing a different production stage. It's packed with features: green roofs, solar panels, robot-assisted production, and energy use 90% lower than a typical factory. They are targeting the highest BREEAM rating, outstanding. Unlike most factories, this place is open to the public, with big windows, a glazed courtyard, and even a walkable roof planted with local flora. There's a bright yellow spiral staircase and a 14-meter slide. It's industrial, it's sustainable, and it's very playful as well. On to Switzerland, the Tamedia Office in Zurich. This timber frame extension is famous for a screwless structural system. Designed by Shigeru Ban and Hermann Blumer, it uses interlocking glulam columns and beams connected with oval spacers, no metal fasteners. Everything was CNC milled and prefabricated. 1,400 components assembled on site in just 3 months. The craftsmanship merges Japanese and Swiss traditions. Finally, we have Sara Kulturhus Center, located in Sweden. This is a 20-story building housing venues for arts, performance, and literature, as well as a hotel. What's amazing about this structure is that it's estimated to store 9,000 tons of carbon dioxide, basically double the amount thought to have been emitted during construction, meaning the studio claims the building will be carbon negative over its lifetime. So that's 10 mass timber structures in the US, Canada, and globally. One common theme is the challenge of building these types of structures. Origine's developers and architects had to go through 2 years of research and alternative approvals. Since this is considered a new type of structure, sourcing materials can also be tricky. On top of that, we have to ensure the wood is fire resistant and can handle strong winds and earthquakes. What makes these buildings amazing is that they've built something that has never been built before. These buildings took a first step and faced new challenges. Thanks to their success, mass timber might someday become the norm without all the extra hurdles. That's it for today's video. If you found this helpful and want more content like this, please hit the like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next one.